1 minute I want to be around him, but there are certain things that pop up that are red flags. He's applying pressure to our relationship because of Terry and Vino. That's what's turning me off.
There's trouble in the Mpho ship. It is going down. That's if it has not even reached rock bottom already. Last night, Mpho and GASH1, they were having a conversation about the whole Libo situation and also about GASH1. You know, GASH1 was trying to get into the picture. And I was like, hey, what's going on here? But I think I should begin with Venus and Bu's conversation because that one was quite triggering to me. Before I go into that, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Bu and Venus, they were having a conversation about them. It started off with Venus literally friend zoning Bu. She did that like an hour before this other conversation, before the men's conference. And when they went for the men's conference, Bu was not being honest with them because they asked him about his situation with Venus and he kind of made it sound like they're together, they're like really together. Meanwhile, this is somebody they just friend zoned like how many minutes ago. So that was a bit offish for me. And then that one not to pay me. He now went later on, he was having a conversation with Venus and he was telling her literally everything that he discussed with Yoli 2 nights ago. I talked about the conversation in my previous video, so you can watch it there. And I was like, bro, what's even going on here? It did not make sense to me at all. He literally threw Yoli under the bus, as in the bottom of the bus. He literally did that. And the worst part is that he was not being honest with his conversation. The conversation he had with Yoli was around the fact that Yoli was trying to make him understand the reason why there's a little bit of confusion with some of the ladies on, you know, him giving them some type of green light, and it had to do with those his hugs that he used to give, hugging them and staring in their eyes, that he should try and tone down on those things so that he will not pass the wrong message and it's not going to affect his relationship or what he's trying to build with Venus, because Venus has expressed to him that she doesn't like all those, you know, excessive things that he does with all those ladies. And he was not acting like, okay, what are you really talking about? I don't really get. Doesn't mean that I should not be myself. She was literally frustrated. And now this night he told Venus that he has been sacked from work before because of this same type of issue of him being maybe too intense with maybe, you know, his relationship with the ladies and all. He has been sacked, as in sacked.
Even when I was coming here, I expressed I've been fired from a job for being very intense, quote unquote.
So I'm like, if you've experienced this before, why were you now acting when you were with Yoli? Like you didn't really get what she was saying. She was literally sounding like she was going insane because of the fact that she was trying to explain it, break it down and make him see things from her angle. Then the one that now pay me, this one, pay me was him telling Venus that Yoli told him that she doesn't like this. That's the situationship between him and Venus, which is completely untrue.
She said she doesn't like this.
Really?
She doesn't like that because she felt like we had a connection. If you think the right thing can be click, why does it now have to be romantic?
So that was just painting a picture to Venus that, okay, Yoli is not happy with what's going on with them. And for him, he's not trying to choose Yoli. It's her. It is Venus that he's choosing. That even though Yoli is still onto him, he has chosen Venus. And the conversation, let's go back. The conversation that he had with Yoli, in the conversation he had with Yoli, Yoli clearly told him that she doesn't want any issues with that. She obviously she's trying to move on from the situation that she had with him, like that misconception, and she doesn't want to have issues with Venus. So she's going to step back from their matter so that it will give him space to really navigate what he has with Venus. That I heard that part at least. So I don't know how he now switched that to being that she doesn't like them being together and, you know, just butting heads together. And I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that. It's giving I don't even know, narcissistic. I don't even know whether to use that as a word. No, let me not use that. That's kind of extreme. It's giving weird behavior. It's weird. I just feel bad for Yoli, and I hope that maybe Venus has a conversation with her so that she will see and get what's going on. Oh well, I'm done with them. I'm done with their situation. Now let's talk about Mpho and GASH1. So in this their conversation that she was having with GASH1, it started off with GASH1 telling her that he likes her and all, and he has told her before that he likes her, but he doesn't know how to navigate the situation because of Libo. When I heard this, I was like, okay, let's see where this is going. And Mpho was now explaining the situation that she has with Libo. She never answered him as to what she has to tell him. She was just telling him the situation she had with Libo. She has with Libo. That for that one, she feels like she's lost in the situation, and that she doesn't want it to be that maybe the outside world or people, she doesn't want to feel like she's loved only because she's with Libo. She wants to establish herself as Mpho on the show and outside the show, that she doesn't want that coexistence and attachments.
I feel like I'm getting lost in all of this. I want to survive being in here solely because I am Mpho. This whole Libo and Mpho situation, Cash.
From that particular point, let me just say something briefly. I understand her completely, because in the past, when it comes to shippers and shipping, once you have something to do with somebody in the house and you come out, fans are literally going to choke you. Choke me with that person's name. In your live streams, they'll be asking for that person. When they see you, they'll be asking for that person. Everything about you is going to kind of like revolve around that person, and sometimes it can be annoying. So if I understand that point of her saying she doesn't want to like literally coexist, although I feel like it's too late. If that's what she wanted to do from the beginning, then she shouldn't have been leading people on left, right and center. She should have established that from the beginning and, you know, stood by her ground and stayed on her own, or found somebody that will obviously just be a friend. There are certain people in the house that would have been good friends to her, not somebody that has feelings for her. So not equal late. So in the same vein, she also mentioned that she likes to be around him, that's Libo, but these days she has been seeing some sort of red flags that's been a turn off for her. That's the fact that Libo comes across like he is putting pressure on their situation because of Vino and Terry is a turn off for her. So Vino and Terry are pressurizing some people. They are pushing some people. So Libo now is using them as a point of reference and is trying to apply pressure on her situation, which she said is a red flag for her.
1 minute I want to be around him, but there are certain things that pop up that are red flags. She's applying pressure to our relationship because of Terry and Vino. That's what's turning me off.
The reason I can even believe that is because there are certain times Libo will be telling her that what if people outside like them, like the idea of Libo and Mpho. So it feels like the reason he's there is mainly because of external factors and how others perceive them. So it's giving some type of vibes. Meanwhile, GASH1 on the other hand was telling Mpho that for Libo, they had a conversation, and Libo was telling him that he just wants to knock. Like he just wants to knock. I was shocked. I was like, hey, are you serious?
He wants to fuck whom?
No, he just wants to fuck. I'm just saying, like, his mind. Yeah, sure, this whole sex thing. And he's about having sex.
I don't know whether to believe that, because I've not really heard him say that, but we don't see and hear everything that happens in the house. So there's a possibility that that's true, or maybe not. Maybe GASH1 is just saying it to, you know, get through to her or make her, you know, lose interest. I don't know what it is, because his motives are not completely straightforward. And now he now mentioned, Mpho was not telling him that, oh, you Unko, it's not the same thing that you're here to do. And he was not saying that, no, that he already said it before, that he doesn't want to knock in the house. If you don't want know what knocking is, knocking means doing the do. He doesn't want to knock in the house. So that's not, you know, that's not what it's on about. But that even if she flips, or she sleeps rather, and does something like that and does that in the house, that he's still going to want to pursue something in her outside of the house.
Even if you were to slip up and if you have sex with somebody in this house, I would still want to pursue something with you outside the house.
I don't know. These people are stressing me out. These people are so stressful. One day is one thing, tomorrow is another, next tomorrow is another. So what do you guys think about the two scenarios? The BU, Venus, and then Mpho and who said, I don't even know, Mpho GASH1, Mpho Libo, whatever. This is where I'm going to end my video. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.